What's up YouTube, Byrdman here with another Destiny 2 build. Today I'm going to be featuring an awesome new Arc Melee build for the Titan character. I know we did one of those a couple of weeks ago for the Dune Marchers, but this one's going to use a helmet instead of the Dune Marchers. Before I jump in the video, make sure you follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at Byrdman778 for updates on the channel, subpar content, and stuff like that. Alright, let's jump right into the video. So I mentioned this is an Arc Melee build. One of the biggest things for the last one we did, we went into the bottom tree, into the code of the Juggernaut, versus this time we're going to be going into the code of the Earthshaker. Now the code of the Earthshaker starts off with a seismic strike. After sprinting for a short time, use the melee ability to slam your shoulder first into your target and release an arc explosion on impact. This is going to be the main bread and butter of the build, mainly of the fact that we're going to be able to constantly run around, get melee kills, and the explosion that comes off of said melee will delete the rest of the enemies around us. This is really great for mobbing scenarios, and even in those scenarios where you might have like a mid-level boss, if you're able to get your melee up high enough with a couple different things that we have throughout the build, you can instantly one-shot them, in return constantly keeping your melee going. But next we'll have the aftershocks. Damaging enemies with seismic strike recharges your grenade. This is really great just because our grenade will just like help constantly keep up that damage around us. Terminal velocity, Fist of Havoc ground slam leaves a damaging field in its wake. It deals more damage the longer it's in the air. And then magnitude, gain additional grenade charge, increases the duration of grenade's effects. We're going to be running a pulse grenade with this just so we're able to kind of zone around us. But again, mainly the seismic strike is the bread and butter of this build. When it comes to weapons, I'm always going to recommend something with 1-2 punch on it, just so the fact that you're able to get that shot, the shotgun on an enemy, and then melee them, you should be able to get a lot more damage out of it. So absolutely try to grab something like this. I just was able to snag this Jurassic Green from the Halloween event. Substance and Dragonfly has me going, chef's kiss. And then we run an Ascendancy just for fun, essentially just good rocket launcher all around. In regards to our armor pieces though, we're going to be using the insurmountable skull front. The main perk of this reads, kills with arc melee abilities trigger health regen and restore melee energy. Now that latter part of the ability is what is going to help us constantly keep our melee up, comboed with something else we're going to be using, but also the fact that you're able to get that health regen on kills is really nice, just for the fact that melee builds are putting you in the forefront right in front of people. So being able to constantly keep that going is going to be good for the build. We're also going to be running elemental charge on this, becoming charged with light by picking up elemental well. The elemental well's element type matches your subclass element. You gain 2 stacks of charge with light. Now we will be having this going on throughout this build, so this is really nice. Next up, it's up on our arms. We're going to make sure we have a melee well maker, so we're able to get those wells to become charged with light. But I really just like enjoy the entire well making process, the way that it's able to flow with charge with light with perks like this, just because again you're able to do a lot more extra damage, extra abilities and stuff like that. It's really fun. Now kind of the coup de grace ability that I always talk about in every video, and that's going to be this heavy-handed. While charged with light, regain half of your melee energy when you use charged melee ability and consuming 1 stack of charge with light. Now this is really nice because of the fact that whenever we hit an enemy and use it, our melee attack, normally with this we'd only get about half. Now, if we were able to get the kill, because of the insurmountable skull front ability on top of this, we're able to instantly get that charged melee back. So this is a really fun combo, just to be able to constantly run around and shoulder charge around, because even if you don't get a kill, you'll get half of your melee back almost instantly just off down, and you really won't have to wait very long before you then again are able to get that extra melee energy. On our boots, we're running Well of Ions. I really like this one because picking up an Arc Elemental Well causes your next melee to deal increased damage, or just stacking on that extra melee damage constantly, because as soon as we hit an enemy, we'll be able to get that charge with light because we're going to be grabbing Elemental Wells almost instantly, and then it'll get an even bigger boost on top of that. And finally, we're running Bountiful Wells on our Titan Mark so that we're able to get more Elemental Wells on each attack, essentially, anytime we were to create Elemental Wells. I really just enjoy this all around just because we're able to get more of them laying around the ground. That means more melee energy, more energy for our grenades as well, so we're able to constantly use those. It just kind of keeps the synergy of the grenade melee flow going. I always like to mention things that you can swap in and off of this. if you don't have something like Bountiful Wells, maybe running something like the Taking Charge. Whenever you pick up an Orb of Power, you're able to do that. Become charged with light. Stacking any type of these kind of mods like Supercharge would be really nice as well for this. Empowered Finish, something like that might be better. But all in all, if you want to take the biggest advantage of the Arc melee, having that heavy-handed, the Well of Ions on, plus the Insurmountable Skullfront is just too cool of a combo all around to kind of ignore. I would try to emulate this as much as possible, but just know, having that Insurmountable Skullfront mixed with this Striker class, you'll be able to do just a lot of damage. Thanks so much for, oh my gosh. Thanks so much for stopping by this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. We should be having a couple more videos coming out here in the next couple days, kind of not only addressing what I would do differently if I were to go back through the process of playing Destiny, but also kind of talking about some of the recent issues within the community, the Destiny content vault, talking about the new dungeons and how that they are going to be kind of you have to pay for them essentially. A lot of people are kind of upset by that. I kind of want to discuss that and go over that. But guys, no, I will not be streaming coming up this upcoming week. So if you want to support the channel, please use the Streamlab link below. You can donate straight to the stream, and also just becoming a member here on YouTube. And guys, remember, follow me here on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at Byrdman778. I hope you guys have a great night, day, whatever it may be.